guys.
Yep. Don't want to bottom these sessions.
Nope.
Okie dokie. Right, let's get into it.
Oh, where's my notes? Bird gif is great.
Yeah, it's really good.
You stand upon a bridge formed from the ribs of an ancient pit-clean monster, arcing over a perfectly still glass-like lake of thick red blood. Directly ahead of you, about 200 feet away, lies the Maroon Pyramid, its chapel doors wide open, spilling a warm golden light onto the bloody gravel shore. Above and all around you, you see clinging to the cavernous ceiling and the ancient pillars, wet, silent shapes, carrion birds with sharp, bloodied beaks waiting in the heavy darkness. You're caught in a tense deliberation. Do you wait it out in this open nightmare for your wizard ally, Tarolvar, or do you use Finnan's rift chalk to teleport and bypass the avian watchers? In an attempt to test if the birds react to movement or sound, Finnan took a gingerly step forward, accidentally crushing a fragile piece of bone beneath his heel. Trying to follow this up with a subtle wave of his arm to gauge their vision, his attempt at stealth failed spectacularly, and with a reverberating fart that echoed across the silent bloody lake, the oppressive silence shatters. On a far pillar, one of the bloodhawks snaps its head around, its tiny beady eyes and bloodied beak locked directly onto you, Finnan, as I think the last words you muttered were, "Nice birdie." The heavy silence of the cavern seems to hold its breath. What do you all do?
Matt tries to hide himself. He tries to get very, very, very low. Crouches.
We should try hard. We must meet Darova, but maybe stay here is bad news.
Medica is whispering to Dawn about a plan of basically rapidly lowering him to the next to the bone giant's spine on the right side.
Optus is going to take a crouch position, but as he crouches, he pulls out his hand crossbows. He says, "We can take him."
See how many there are.
Unger would snap his head to Artus. If a single drop of blood fall in there, as he points to the lake, big bad thing come out. If we fight them, we must fight close. Somewhere dry.
Artus nods, but we might not have a choice.
Question though, is it our blood or the bird's blood? Because if it's bird's blood, that's fine.
He just say blood.
Just said blood.
Just blood.
Just blood, any blood.
Any blood, I think.
Yeah. That's maybe a problem.
Finn, maybe you go sneaky Vida or something and rift chalk.
That was my next option. Or maybe I could disguise myself as one of the birds.
That'd probably better.
Nice. Finnan, not wanting to fall in the bones any further, in a wild shape into
Blood
Red
hawk.
parrot, I think is good enough.
Yeah, red parrot.
Yeah, red
Something you think
parrot.
is similar enough, but it's not the same person.
Yeah.
It's actually
Wait, hang on.
sexy bird.
Let me roll a. I'm
I
gonna
mean, they
roll
kind of
for
look
this,
like red
actually.
parrots anyway, don't they? I mean, it's not,
Yeah, hang
not
on. I'm
massively
gonna, because my wisdom is no longer as wise as I used to be.
I think Finnan would wild shape into the bird that's in the chat, the gift bird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Or parakeet, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You get a +3 on that.
Oh, nice. That's pretty high. Okay, I think I go relatively close then. Nice. Finnan, I'm going to start walking my head forward and backwards, like almost like a chicken would. I'm just gauging the scene still. Again, now in bird form. And let me just that's that. Move into a odd shape.
As you observe the birds and look at these beings, they are unworldly in their form. You've never seen a bird of this kind. All aspects of it seem to you as if they are a predator. But as you observe it enough, and with the wisdom save, you wild shape into its form after having observed it for some moments. You are now as one of them.
Nice. I'm gonna push my luck as a bird and flutter over to the site where I wanted to put the rickshaw. And about here.
Before you fly off, Abard is gonna waddle over to you and go, "Well, still a few boy," and it's going to cast Enhance Ability on you and give you advantage on dexterity checks. So any stealth rolls you should be doing. Actually, split the description in the chat as there with.
Nice.
Okay. How do you cast this upon Finnan, Abard?
Abard, as Finnan can't understand Elvish, I believe, Abard just kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder, looks him dead in the eye, and just starts chanting in an indecipherable language, looking deep into his eyes, which I imagine is pretty bizarre.
Finnan, how do you pass to that spot?
I'm gonna try and fly, so I'm still gonna flap up and then glide over. Is my desired mode. So I want to do it like a bird, not disturbing the bones.
Okay. As you take flight, I'd ask you to roll me a nature check.
It's a 9.
As you fly over this distance, which I like to do, the birds almost seem to be in swarms, in small packs. They seem to be relatively social creatures in how they move and how they interact with each other. The one that you saw staring at you casts its eye and watches you as you fly across before pecking on the ground.
Finn, as he lands, is going to try and mimic the pecking sort of.
It observes you further before bocking on the ground itself. What do you do in this space?
Finn's going to observe back. When it taps, Finn's going to tap at the same time. Like, literally copying it. Or it.
Damn.
For those of you, describe to the rest of the party what they're seeing you doing from afar as they kind of watch you swoop down past these bones down to the ground.
Oh yeah, so
what does this look like to everyone?
So Finn sort of comes down, sort of kicks up a small bit of dust as he touches down, struts around to look at the other bird, sees him looking at him, and like sort of just like leans forward and sort of like taps the ground with his beak. Looks up to watch the other bird. The other bird, I imagine, has lost a bit of interest and hops back to the ground. And Finn like starts watching some more. Sees it do it twice, so Finn does it twice. Does it 3 times. Finn does it 3 times. It does it 1 time. Finn. And it's continuing to look at the bird just to see what it thinks.
The bird stops bocking and it intently stares at you, observing.
And stares back. He doesn't want to show weakness.
Unger, watching this, is going to mutter under his breath, "Draw the fucking chalk." As everyone's just watching this spectacle.
Eyes as wide as dinner plates, yeah.
The bird on the pillar opens its wings wide and lets out a from afar, which echoes and reverberates through this cavernous hall. It lowers its wings slowly and intently stares back at you. With an eye in nature, I would anticipate you don't understand what it is trying to tell you.
Finn lowers his head slowly. Does one final tap on the ground. His claw, ideally, be able to use magic chalk. Slowly spins in a circle. As wide as he can. He's sort of like having to go, like hop in a little circle actually, because on his own size it wouldn't be big enough for people to fit through. But he's having to sort of hop around a little bit, so it's sort of just enough big enough to fit. While Finn approximates the size of Unga Bungus and width-wise would be.
You create the first circle with chalk.
Nice. Finn taps the ground. Scans the scene, sees what the other birds are up to. Trying to move on.
The rest of the birds pay you no attention. It is just this bird closest to you that still stares at you intently, as if a sentry.
Finn Finnan is going to start leaning backwards and forwards a little bit, and then every other sort of lean backwards and forward, take a little step, and just move a few feet away from the circle, whilst not trying to make it obvious I'm looking at the bird, but like I've lost interest, but also just in case he starts flying over, I'm alert enough for that. Go like this. No longer.
Would you say that you are attempting to mimic the bird, or in terms of its movement, or are you trying to be stealthy in a sense?
I guess what I like. I guess I wouldn't necessarily say stealthy. Because I'm a bird. I feel like I'm undercover as it is. So I'm sort of just
Sure.
trying to move like a bird. What Finnan's approximation of what he thinks this bird would look like walking, as he hasn't seen one walk yet.
Okay. I'll ask you to roll me another nature check as you attempt to mimic the animal.
8.
I'd imagine for the rest of you watching Finnan as he is doing this extremely strange movement across, you're looking at the other birds and thinking, this is surely not how these birds move and traverse territory. Finnan, awkwardly, in this movement, do you continue your trajectory?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. So I'll put it on the map. So my next goal, I want to head up this. I don't want to get too close to the birds, 'cause I think the jig will be up. Well, my next spot would be heading up onto this sort of, I'm assuming ledge or something along the side over here. I'm sort of like skirting their territory without getting too close to any of the other ones. Like, my long-term goal is to go to here, and then between the two, towards the entrance. That's the route Finnan's got in his head.
Okay. As you start to move further, the rest of you see that the sole bird on the pillar seems to slowly lose interest in Finnan as he waddles and moves across. But it will come back to the group as you see Finnan slowly walking across this dirty rock path. What are you all doing?
Imagine Unger's just kind of like crouching awkwardly. He doesn't quite know what to do with himself. He doesn't want to get too low that he can't see what's going on, but he's kind of at least lowering his head a bit.
So you're all just staying still? Watching.
Yeah, Strack is just ducking, keeping out of sight.
Okay.
Abard might take a second to activate his shield's floaty rotation around his head.
Okay. The shield.
Just trying to be inconspicuous, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone crouching around as the shield then just levitates up around Abard's face and starts to rotate around like a satellite.
At least their vision's not based on movement or anything like that.
Shiny, shiny. What happens from here? Finnan, do you continue to move?
Yeah, Finnan, sensing the other birds sort of lost a bit of interest, is gonna risk a little flap and sort of ideally up towards these near these other bones. So it's like he's not fully exposed. He's sort of like near other objects. So it looks like he's not just out in the open.
Okay. As you continue to move with your movement, I would ask you to roll another nature check, please.
Don't keep going down. Fuck me. A 4.
Oh no.
Finnan, as you move upwards now, you become on level with the pillar to your left. Another soul carrion bird, now almost at eye level with you. It stares at you, and with a 4, you take a look around at the rest of the birds now and realise that they aren't harmonious in their nature. In fact, you see several that are clumped together in the pillar in the middle here start to almost attack each other, as if squabbling over any level of sustenance or nutrients that are available to them. And you see that there is aggression in these birds. And with a 4 against a 12, the carrion hawk on this pillar spots you, and again, as you've seen with the other, opens its wings and lets out a but then another as it builds confidence. And now for the rest of you, you would see this bird priming itself to move into flight as it is about to launch itself from the pillar. I'd imagine you will be watching intently. Is there anything you do, or do you just observe?
Unger would stand up a bit straighter, just kind of eager to see what's about to happen. Is there still a chance this situation could diffuse?
Mash, while hiding, is going to get the broom off his back and slowly put it between his legs as he's crouching hiding.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything? Or are you merely watching?
Abard looks at the bird, looks at Nubs' bow, looks at the bird.
Nubs looks at Abard, looks at his bow, looks at Abard, looks back again, and draws his bow and aims at the bird. He holds it, and he sort of looks at everyone around him, and just looking for basically a nod or shall I?
Unger would just go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!"
Nubs slightly lowers his bow and winces, and sort of. It's very hard to shrug while you're holding a bow, but he sort of.
Abard turns to Shamash, turns to Arthas, turns to Medica, goes, "Wee?"
Unger would be shaking his head no.
Or
Not that Nubs trusts Unger more than Abard, but he definitely does, and he just lowers his bow because he's I think, yeah, he's probably got the right idea. Yeah.
Nubs, as you
Nubs gives it.
lower,
So he doesn't say anything, but he just gives it this.
Nubs, as you lower your bow, the hawk with its large bill raises its head and launches itself off the pillar. Finnan, I'd ask you to roll initiative against this bird.
Do I roll that off the birds? No, I roll off myself, don't I?
Yeah, you roll off yours.
It's a 24.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
You have the first action in this moment. It is launching itself off the pillar towards you.
Okay. Finnan's gonna try and dodge when it gets close. I think he wants to like sort of evade. He wants it to get like going fast, and then ideally get it to crash into the bones behind him. That's what I'm aiming for. With,
Okay.
like the sort of like I'm sort of readying myself to sort of like either hop and flap out of its like dive attack,
Okay.
or to the side at least, in an escape, in the hopes that he fucks up and then I get to scarf it.
Okay. I'd ask you to make me a dexterity save against its dexterity check as it swoops towards you at speed. You also get you get advantage on this from Abard's Cat's Grace.
Oh, I'll roll a second time. A 15. Those are I'm rolling like shit.
Finnan, explain to me in your much smaller form now as a bird, as you see another bird of exactly the same size swooping towards you at eye level. It has launched itself into the air and comes at you at pace. A large, bloodied bill, black, bearing at you, prepared to bite.
But Finnan's sort of like, I'm imagining his like legs like sort of relatively straight when this happens initially. Finn sort of does like a little hop into like a power stance, and then sort of flaps his wings out horizontally, almost like he's T-posed, waiting in an anticipation to sort of, pounce is the wrong word, but sort of prance, maybe? Out of its way as he comes by. So I'm waiting for the last second where I think I can reasonably jump, flap, so like you would fly under me and crash into the bones behind me.
Yeah. 15 versus a 14 from the Bloodhawk. How do you dodge?
Exactly like that. I imagine it's sort of like at the last second it sort of tucks its wings back just to go faster. So he's like trying to like actually hit me at that point, like committing to the attack. At that stage, I'm gonna do a jump, flap. So he like I just pull up above him as he goes underneath. That's how I dodge.
Okay. Can anyone remember? It's not full damage, so we take it as impact damage. Is it a D10 per?
I thought it was a D6 or something per 10 meters or something, or 10 foot something.
Okay, we'll do it from its fly speed. So its fly speed is. Let's do some. We'll do a calculation here. It's 5 feet. Its fly is 60 feet. It's going to come at you at pace. We'll do it times 3. Or sorry, for 30. So 3 times D6. 3d6. Would you like to roll that for me, Finnan? As you dodge out of the way, the hawk, with this strange croaky sound as it smashes into the bone pile behind you. And in the moment as you dodge out of the way, you see that it's broken its neck as it has crashed into the bones. And it lies there like half alive, struggling on the ground, twitching as its beak still tries to reach out at you to bite. What do you do?
Finn, realizing he sort of lands back down, spins round to look at his like fallen foe, laughs like a bird, sort of like neck backwards. And then thinks, immediately we go, oh, I should put it out of its misery. But then Finan thinks, perhaps the greatest distraction whilst we're sneaking. So Finan's going to try and raise the alarm to the other birds to try and get them to come and eat this bird, because they don't like each other and they're hungry. Now this one's weakened, I'm going to try and get them to go scrap over the remains of this bird, whilst I fly off towards the temple.
Okay.
Okay.
These bird gifts are incredible.
How do you raise the attention of the other birds?
So having watched the other birds raise their wings up and go, Finan's gonna do that, but his interpretation is a lot louder, and he's sort of gonna shimmy with it. If like, oh my god, lads, look, a tasty morsel.
As you open your wings and do the it reverberates around the halls and attracts the attention of the other birds, and they all begin to swoop towards this fallen being. Now, as they're all swooping, I'll allow everyone a moment of reaction. What is everyone... Finan, what are you doing first and foremost after you've done this and seen this? What do you do?
I want to swoop in the opposite direction to use all my movement to get to the entrance of the temple.
Outstanding. Yep.
That cool?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Use all your movement.
Nice.
The rest of you.
Artis is tense. He's still in his crouched position. His knuckles white on both of his hand crossbows. Has just seen Finan's great distraction, dodging technique. Now aware that all of these birds are alerted, but still not to our presence. Just white knuckle grip on his hand crossbows, waiting.
You see this swarm of birds as they all go sensually down, some still mid-flight, as they all move their 60 feet. You see this swarm pile down towards this spot, and you see Finan fly to the edge of the pyramid structure. I'll leave it to you guys to determine what happens next.
Unger would be leaning forwards, holding onto the bone in front of him, ready to move, but still trying to see what's going on.
Ratch is quite actively mounting his broom now.
Abard is doing some pre-exercise stretches and gently reminds everyone that they get plus 10 movement if they start their turn next turn for people's calculations.
Medico is starting to become nervous as he realizes his legs are very heavy. Very, very heavy. And he doesn't know what he should do, and he's thinking about casting some spells, but he doesn't know yet.
In the same turn of all the birds using their movement to move towards this distraction that Finan has inadvertently created, I would allow you to use your movement too.
Is this where did Finan create the first bit?
Yeah.
That's the first bit of Riftchalk.
Okay.
Finan, you used all of your movement, but you didn't dash, so technically you would still have an action.
If with that action, I'm going to be drawing the second circle here.
Okay. So as this is all happening,
represented
and
by
you are
doing
all moving, Finan is creating the second Riftchalk opening.
Okay, screams Nubs, and he just dashes to the. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
No, you go.
Yeah, Nubs is going to dash. Because he gets an extra 10, he's going to dash. So it's 35 times 2, which would be 70. So he's going to dash all the way to the Rift Chalk and pop through. Hopefully, I guess, if it's already drawn. Why can't I select? There we go.
Yeah, I would say by the time you get there, the other side of the rift chalk is opened.
And I'll just put myself just outside it. Because I've got an extra 5. I guess I'd use their last 5 to move out of the portal, right? So it's 70 foot dash. But no actions left. That's the end of his turn as well.
Gamash is going to similarly pick off from his broom, fly as low to the spine as he can, pop through the rift chalk, and then pop out a little bit on the other side. And he does have an action, so he's just going to prepare himself in case anyone sees him.
Abod is just like patting everyone on the back as they go to make sure they all get this move. Wants to go.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, after a solid pat on the back from Abod, Artis is also going to dash through the portal.
As I would say, the last thing you see as you kind of dive through the rift chalk is you seeing all of these bloodhawks swooping in, and you're seeing the bird that smashed into these pile of bones just being torn. It is a ravaging sight as you see them all swarming through it.
I need control of Dawn.
You now have it.
Medica barely can make his way halfway.
Unger's not going to dash, so he's only going to move 50 feet to here. He's running in a controlled manner.
Hey, bud.
Abod is gonna dash. Well, actually, Abod is gonna hover at the back by these two fellas and see if he can try and give Dawn a hand as well, if he's moving slowly.
Yes, Dawn is moving slowly.
I was going to say, as you kind of like get Medica, are you carrying Dawn?
No. I'm basically just like grabbing from somewhere, like his neck or something, and
putting him
leading him. Yeah.
How does Medica look moving at half speed with the curse? Is he like sweating, like out of breath?
It's like it's like in a bad dream when you're trying to go but you can't. It's like you can see him struggling to lift his feet properly, and he's like lugging himself along. Basically, it looks like he's trying to walk through jello.
Slightly whimsical, according to this music as well.
Yeah.
Abard, as you pull up alongside Dawn and Medica, you realise that although Dawn is a shell of a person, in fact, actually what is slowing them both down is Medica. As you watch his movement.
How heavy is Medica?
Ooh. He's a solid, like, over 100 kilos.
Oh my word.
He's apparently carrying 220 pounds of stuff.
Oh my, Jesus Christ! He's carrying another 100 kilos.
Yes. 200
Wait,
kilos.
200 kilos.
Beast.
Bear with me. So, say again. So you're 100 kilos and you're carrying another 100 kilos.
Just that orchestra hit there. I imagine it was Abar trying to pick Medica up and his eyes widening as he puts his back out.
Oh!
Did a slight sort of tinfoil crunch sort of sound.
It's the sound of disc displacement.
Oh, well, sorry.
Not sure.
Hey, buddy, are you doing calculations here?
Yeah, but I'm struggling with conversion of kilograms to pounds, or pounds to kilograms, even. Is there like just a standard? So apparently, carry weight is 15 times your strength score, which would mean 315 pounds.
That's 142 kilograms.
Medica, do you know your weight in pounds?
4 kilograms, we can do the conversion.
Pounds 230.
It's a big lad.
For you,
I guess that's with all his gear as well, I suppose.
Well, no, not really.
Oh, it's just 105 kg.
He is
Right.
very muscly boy.
It is, yeah.
So what-
2% body
so
fat
is-
as well.
Is that like what did we make that out to be? Like 500 and something pounds altogether?
God.
Abard is. Sorry, say again.
Is that what we figured it out to be?
The way Medica is carrying includes the gear he is wearing, basically. So I would
Another
say
50 pounds, huh?
it's like 224, 450, 450 pounds.
Like
Abard
210
tends
kilos.
Yeah. A-bar benches that, mate.
What can you what are you trying to do, Sam?
With Peerless Athlete, I can double my carry weight.
Nice.
Abard's full carry weight that he can carry is 250 pounds. Sorry, I've got 200
500 pounds.
of weight that I can pick up at the moment. But if Medica is 450, I don't think I can do that with my own equipment.
Close,
So
isn't
let me ask you a question. Does Abard want to do this, or is he weighing it up to figure out? Would he want to do it, or would he think actually no?
I think Abard sees that he's done a lot of press-ups in his life, and here we have two members of the party who are in fatal danger if Abard cannot lift this. And I think that's a pretty glorious motivation.
Okay. I'm going to allow you to make a strength check. If you get above a 16, then I'm going to let you do it, but there is a consequence. If this is something you believe Abard would do, then commit to the strength check.
So I'm going to channel Peerless Athlete, which also gives me advantage on strength checks.
Okay. Oh,
24.
no.
Abard, describe to me as you pick up Medica. What does this look like, and how do you do it?
Abard kind of like grabs Medica's left leg and puts another arm on his shoulder and just sort of lifts him directly above his head like a sack of flour and just starts to plod forward. He is visibly sweating.
Medica, what is your reaction to being picked up from behind by Abard?
He can't believe this is happening. He's basically stunned. His first reaction would be to loudly protest or physically protest, but he is so bewildered that it happens.
So, just to clarify in terms of the numbers, my current carry capacity is 360 pounds. Sorry, 630 pounds. Abard's
What?
equipment weighs 187 pounds. So, I can actually lift over 400 pounds without it
No
being
worries.
fudge.
Breaking a sweat.
Nice.
Wait, sorry. Can you just put it in really simple terms? Because we've said loads of numbers over the past 5
Yeah,
minutes.
sorry.
Like,
So my-
can you lift him or not?
My carry,
Within your
my carry
current
limit
restriction.
Yes.
with my current restriction is 630 pounds. Abard's current capacity
Oh, but like the spare capacity.
is I can currently lift 508 pounds without it being a fudge.
And we said that Medica weighs
450.
450. Yeah, there you go. So yes, right.
Oh, right. Wow. Okay.
Easy.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if the maths worked out, and I was trying not to waste too much time, but I was able to work it out in the meantime.
No worries.
Inadvertently. No, you are. So, well, okay. So you don't take a negative from this. You pick Medica up. What do you do? Do you steam ahead?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Medica's still
Okay.
holding Dawn's basically cape or something, and
Okay.
Dawn just, okay, we're going this way now, and he comes along, basically jogging next.
From the other side of the river, you see this happen as Medica is swiftly picked up by Abard. Medica's still dragging Dornil Khan. Ungar, I think you said you were kind of almost hanging back. You see this crazy sight of
the side
almost
of
three
Dornil.
of the biggest people in this entire party being like pulled along by Abard as he is pulling them along. Wait, what is Ungar's reaction to seeing this happen?
I would say probably just jaw agape. Just looking at this. Just steps aside, I think.
As you step aside, I would imagine Abard, Medica, and Dawn fall through the rift chalk, sorry, and then pop out the other side as their equal body weight and the force going downwards, coming back up, launch out of the other side of the rift chalk and slam down on the ground around all of you. Ungar, you're the last person on the other side of the chalk.
After seeing them go through, Ungar would then follow on. Not rushing, just jogging through the jumping into the portal.
Incredible. All of you now through the rift chalk. You stand next to this huge pyramid as it arcs above you. The doors stand open ajar. Warm gold light spills down the steps across this bloody gravel. And you hear the sounds of music coming from inside. An organ. And as you look back out over this scene of this cavernous expanse of blood, gore and stone, the sound of the carrion birds destroying and dismembering the fallen one of their pack. Looking back out, you see the boat the boat that brought you here coming back, and you see Taralvar and Zelda and Roaring Horn aboard it, out in the distance. As you stand between them and this huge temple, the rift chalk still glowing beside you, what do you all do?
Unger would turn to the bird that is Finnan. Actually still in bird form, just sat amongst it. And he would say, "Do thingy with your head and tell them." Unger would just be gesturing at his head.
Yeah. How far away are they roughly? Like they're over by the lake still.
They're at least, what was the distance of that is about 200 feet or so, isn't it? They're double that distance. They're double the distance in terms of you can see them having pulled up along the jetty of where you were dropped off before you then walked along this arcing spine of this ancient monster. So they're still some way away.
Finnan looks up at Unger and talks normally and says, "It's too far." Finnan thinks
What?
quickly.
No, the Taralvar thing. We could talk to him in Neverwinter.
Oh, the magic words.
Yes.
So, don't have the words to hand. My bird brain is Slark referral.
Can't even think about that. Fucking hell.
So you kind of just start saying them without really knowing what they are. And just saying these random words.
Well, I mean, for all of you, that he's not even saying them. You just hear kind of bird noises coming out of Finnan as he's almost responding to you. But Finnan, you do see Taralvar from over there, and I'm not going to say don't go through the notes again. You remember the words, and you're able to build that mental link with him once more.
Nice.
What do you do? What do you say?
So I'm going to say there's angry birds in here. They're distracted currently, eating one of themselves. There's a portal just to your north. It'll be open for a few more minutes. Hop through it. Quietly. The bones are very fragile. Be cautious.
The voice echoes back through your head, and with a moment of recognition, and you hear Taralvar almost speaking to Zelleran, urging them onwards. And you see them running up, and you see out in the distance Unger, you see Zogariah aboard the boat, kind of looking out into the distance towards you, as you see Taralvar and Zelleran Roaring Horn running up the spine of this ancient beast.
Perhaps we could try and ensure the birds stay occupied with eating. Finnan's going to turn to Shamash and Unger as he thinks they'll most likely have some. I was like, have any spare meat? Drop some on the birds and keep them busy.
Smash laughs.
Okay. Thanks for helping.
We can leave, right? Just leave.
I could just shoot another one of them. Or maybe Nubs could shoot another one of them, then they've got another one to eat.
That may alert them to us being here.
Or they might just see another dead one and start attacking it and eating it. Yum yum yum.
You can try and shoot one quietly. Does that work? One at the back that's got his back turned?
Yeah, what if we go hide around the corner? And then Nubs shoots one of them. Nubs is by far our best ranged attacker.
I'd imagine as you're all having this conversation, Zelleran, Roaring Horn and Taralvar are running. They sense the urgency of what is ahead, and they start to run across the spine.
Oh,
Shouts to Taralvar telepathically. He's like, fucking hurry up, it's gonna close.
You see them escalate in terms of their pace. They are.
How does Taravar look when he's running?
It's
Thousands of years
How
old
to sweat?
skeleton man.
it is a strange sight, but
They're just floating off the ground.
he's an ancient archmage. Like, he still has his powers to be able to utilize on his own. So he is in essence kind of almost floating along the surface. Zella Roaringhorn, on the other hand, is a mere mortal.
Now, did anyone ever see Mr. Turland run in
Mr.
Zombie?
Turd Man.
Yeah.
Did anyone see
Absolutely.
Turland running?
I don't
It's
remember
really,
Yeah.
Turland.
it's really
Get low.
run.
He'd tell you what, he was pretty snappy though. He was pretty
It was
quick.
pretty snappy, yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagine it's kind of like that.
Right, we're getting some dice out. Zella Roaringhorn is not an athlete. He is not an adventurer. He is a scholar.
An academic.
He's running.
Is he a professor or does he have a title as well?
Yeah, he would be a professor.
remember.
Yeah.
Professor.
He taught at the University of Neverwinter.
Oh, there you go.
for many years. But that doesn't put him in the best class of athleticism. So he is going to need to roll as he traverses.
Before you roll, can I say that Nubs readies a bow in case something goes a bit wrong here? He's like,
Sure.
just, yeah. All right.
Okay. With a 5, the Zella Roaringhorn's noble feet are trapped into the spine. And you see as Tolvar moves onwards, Zella Roaringhorn collapses down and he falls face first onto the spine of this beast. The sound and his exhale of voice echoes through this cavern. Tolvar continues. And before he realizes, and before he turns, just as he gets towards the rift chalk, seeing Zella and Roaringhorn, you see the calculated view of this Red Wizard of Thay, who dives into the rift chalk and comes straight back up with you all. Zella and Roaringhorn prone. I'm going to do a group check.
Wise birds.
Yeah, so,
They are some.
Beach.
Okay.
It's an excellent beach.
Yeah.
As Zella and Roaringhorn's head arcs up, you see, and all of you would clock this as well, the carrion birds all respond to the sound.
all right. Nubs is going for one shot here. Seeing their heads flick up, he was ready for this. Is that okay? Do you think he's ready to take a shot?
Yeah,
before
you
we
were ready, yeah.
All right, so he's shooting for right in the middle of the pack, right here. One shot from his bow.
That's
So
true.
this is a little bit. Oh no!
Oh,
He rolls
no.
on that one.
Oh my word.
You know when you string a bow and you shoot it, and like the arrow wasn't on the string, it just goes twang and it just spins around your hand and drops to the floor. I feel like, and that one at 14 would be that. It wouldn't be necessarily like deadly for Nubs, but like the arrow just doesn't do anything. But that's up to them. I'll make this up to the.
No, it's better for
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
less than 40.
Nubs, I would say that the shot, even with a 14, like, it's a strong shot, but it doesn't connect, and it just scuttles along the ground beside all of the birds as they then vault up in a plume
Can I stop you briefly there? Because what I
Yeah.
was going for was I was going to use the Earthmover's bow. When it you can use once per long rest an attack called what's it called? I don't know if it has a name, but basically the ground where it lands erupts violently. All creatures in the area must make a DC 15 saving throw or be knocked prone, basically. And then it becomes difficult terrain. Within a 10-foot radius of where it hits, essentially. So I'm assuming if we do the fucking measurements here, yeah, I mean I'm going to assume that if it's in the middle, sort of.
You specifically said in the middle.
Yeah, I mean I can't fully, but you know what I mean. I think it would cover most of them. Just say here, 10 feet is there. Maybe this guy at the end doesn't get covered. This one dude.
Yeah,
this one.
I would agree. I think it pretty much covers everything other than the one on the outlier, the small runt that was unable to break into the huddle that was devouring the fallen one.
Do you want me to link this? You know what? It's such a long. I'll just
remind me on what it does. But I'm pretty sure does it grapple all of them? They have to make strength.
So that all creatures in the area except the target, must make a DC 15 saving strength throw or be knocked prone, basically. So they're all going to make a DC 15 save, or they'll be knocked prone for a turn, I guess, whatever that would be.
Yeah,
I guess 6 seconds or so. Oh, nice. Okay, that was actually pretty good.
Nice.
So one made it.
One made it, and I actually rolled that for all of them, so I'm going to say it's the one on the outside.
Yeah, makes sense.
All of them are grappled. Nums, describe to me what this looks like. What would everyone see?
So as soon as the arrow lands on that piece of bone, just spikes of hard earth and rock just punch up sort of around it, basically in a 10-foot circle. A bit like I'm trying to think. Isn't there that spell in World of Warcraft? What's the one that when it makes the ground look and goes spiky? I think so. Like a war spell. Anyway, but that's that's what happens. All these spikes just come out like that, and all the birds just kind of get fucked up by them, basically, and sort of knocked about. Feathers go everywhere. There's a bunch of squawking, and they're all fully just flopping around on their backs now, and having a clue what's going on for at least one time. Also, that area now becomes difficult terrain. Isn't it lagging a bit now, Sprogboys?
I was going to say, is Discord frying out for anyone else?
Yeah, okay.
Seems to be back now, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That was just the sound of the ground erupting. It is almost like a small earthquake as the stone around them grasps out of the ground and bundles them into clutches. The one Bloodhawk, though, launches itself towards Southern Roaring Horn.
Now, technically, on my shooting action, I normally get 2 actions per turn.
Okay.
I want to posit that to you is because we're not in initiative. So I want to ask what you think about that. Is it bollocks? Is it cheesy? I'm completely open, to be honest. I don't really know. So.
I'm gonna say because we're not in initiative, it's like one action each in a way, in a sense.
I think that's fair.
In that case, as Unger's action, he would be diving back through the portal.
As with Arthas, yeah.
Okay.
Seeing his poor old friend Zalaran drop to his knees, he's
okay. I love that.
Sorry, apologies. I'm not sure what I'm doing.
We're moving with it's not initiative, but it's kind of initiative in the sense using all your movement. You've got that available. As you see the Bloodhawk swooping towards Zalaran Roaring Horn, both Unger and Arthas dive into the Rift Chalk and come back out into the portal. You see the Bloodhawk swoop over your head as you come out. You've used movement. You haven't used an action. What do you do?
Arthas is going to swing his crossbows up instantly as soon as he comes out of this portal and pop off a shot at the bird. Go.
Similar to Nubs, we'll just go with the one.
Sounds fair.
Artis, describe to me what's going through your mind as you jump through the rift chalk and as you draw your bow.
So Artis has been tense for quite a few minutes now, and that tension's been building. And then seeing, while we stood outside the temple, seeing Zalaran come back, a moment of hope that he had arrived before we'd left. And then that moment shattered as he fell to his knees. Jumping through the portal with Unger, Artis' heart is in his mouth here. He's not thinking anymore, he's reacting. As soon as he jumps through the portal, the shot was instinctive rather than calculated.
And your instinct is true as your bolt flies straight through the Blood Hawk as it just slowly falls out of the sky and is killed instantly. No blood draws from this hawk. It falls and smacks down onto the ground. Dead.
And I imagine with Unger, we run to help Zalaran up.
Yeah, Unger would be running up the spine.
Nubs, how long does the effect of your spell last?
So that's one turn, and then the terrain becomes difficult terrain to the end of my next turn. Now, I'm not sure how I guess sort of, if we want to say, I think the spikes are there for about 12 seconds or so, if you want to think of it that way, basically.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So, Unger
Does it do
Artist, you're
damage?
working with an... Oh, yeah.
No, it's just difficult terrain. So I don't know how that affects birds, but if they're trying to get up, maybe it's at half the speed or something. But it doesn't do damage, no. That's the only unfortunate thing about it.
Artis, Unger, you are moving in a time frame before the birds are released. I'm going to say you get another bunch of movement to be able to move now.
Unger's gonna grab Zalaran under his armpit and just try and hoist him free from the spine using his strength.
Okay, yeah, 23, easy. He is light. He is he is easy to move, and quite quickly I wouldn't even think he's a burden upon you as you move.
Yeah, I think
something that
Unger
we would say.
actually just throw him over his shoulder and just wouldn't. He'd just carry him now, I think.
Okay.
We're like roaring home, we say, "Oh, great heavens!" as he does.
Imagine as Unger is running back down the spine, back towards the rift chalk. Artis, you're kind of almost standing there watching it happen. You're behind them. Zalaran would almost look at you with a great beaming smile. This is exciting, isn't it, Artis? It's like our old archaeological expeditions. It's like old times, my friend.
I'm glad someone's happy, Zalaran. Hopefully this ends better than last time. But quiet, let's go. And Artis is going to follow Unger and Zalaran, keeping his eyes on the birds for any sign of movement or them flying towards us as they head back.
Imagine as you're running back down the spine, he's looking around at this whole place. Strange place, this. Blood everywhere.
You can tell us about it shortly, Zalaran.
Fascinating.
Safety.
The architecture. What would period?
Shortly, Zalaran. Tell us about it shortly.
You dive back through the rift chalk and come back out. As in that moment, as you see both Unger, Artis, and Zalaran come back through the rift chalk, by this stage, the rock of Nubs' spell would at this stage be crumbling. You are all at the gate, all at the doorway of this large temple, as they all then start to bring themselves back, and they all swoop back up into the air. What do you all do?
I'd say the rift chalk will be timing out around about now as well.
It closes as the others come back through.
Bye.
What do you all do from here?
I suppose you have a big firebomb or something like that, Shamash, you can sort these guys out with.
Finnan's just blocking the ground with his beak. He's like just in his own
Still a
bird now.
character.
Yeah.
The birds all still
Still
within.
grouped up, but not
Still
for long.
grouped.
They
Then
are launching into flight now.
As they launch into flight, then Smash is going to fire a fireball as best as he can into the centre of them.
We like spent ages sneaking past these fucks. And now we're just like, let's just nuke him out.
Gotta try. We've got to try.
Something is telling me
The ball.
virtual tabletop's not found. I don't know why it's not linking in. Let's go quickly refresh this.
No worries.
Totally glad
Sorry,
I burned that last bit of rift chalk now.
It was worth it. It was worth it. We got over quickly.
Yeah, if they were going to come at us from all sides, it's going to be very difficult to get
Yeah.
them fight.
I'm just reloading roll 20. Right, let's try one more time.
Did Artis and Roaring Horn make it through the chalk, by the way? They're still on the other side.
Yeah, I think we made it.
Yeah. You all made it. You all made it through. Yeah.
Why is it not connecting in, I wonder? Well, basically, it showed me a thing.
Do you want me to roll it for you?
No, I'm just going to try one last time.
Please.
What are you trying to do? Sorry.
I'm just trying to roll a fireball onto here. It's showing in D&D Beyond, but it's not linking in. I don't know why.
That's cool. Just roll it in D&D Beyond, and we can.
I'll believe you.
So, what is it? 9d6.
Is there a save?
Basically, sorry, I can't put it on bloody chat, can I? So basically, dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
So, as I said, I'll do 9d6.
Hang on, let me do this in.
It's slash
Dex-
roll.
Dexterity
9.
save, did you say?
Yes.
But what was the save?
Yeah, what's the DC?
Ooh, 19.
19.
Whoa.
I can do that properly in here.
28.
Damage.
And the damage? 28.
28 fire damage.
All but 3 of them.
And then do it properly in an actual.
All right.
That's a lot worse.
There's still one. One of them passes, 2 of them match. I can't remember what we said about matching. Kimmy? Now's your time to shine.
Yeah, that didn't. Well, so half. So it doesn't matter because half damage of 28, all of them perish.
Okay.
As you see this fireball explode as a passing vigilant moment, you see this huge cloud of birds instantly set on fire and disintegrate into a pile of ash as you hear this kind of collective shriek, this guttural, almost wooden sound through their beaks as they all are destroyed. And you stand in front of these doors.
Just, gives him the kid by the computer, just the nodding head and the thumbs up. That's it. Very good.
Well, now we can back to so
Looking at the doors, are they open? Are they shut? Is it like a passageway?
They were open ajar. You see light.
Finan turns to the guys and says, "Let me take a peek first. They'll think I'm just a bird from outside."
Agreed. Nice.
Right, let's take a real quick piss break because I need to piss super
I think
bad.
so.
No worries.
Taralvar, Finan, in his bird shape, peeks his head into the doors that are open ajar. A white light coming from within. But the sound of music.
So pokes his head in. He's his beak slightly opens and his eyes go wide. Sound reaches his ears.
The door opens inward slightly and you see a church. A great huge stone building, long, full of shadow and full of blood. That is upon your first look, Philip.
Is understandably nervous. Tries some of his rock forward, goofy little steps. He tries to mimic birds from outside, like pecking, like tapping his beak on the ground occasionally, whilst like looking around and sort of scanning the scene for any potential, firstly, traps, secondly, bastards in red cloaks.
I think he's going to say it. Secondly, bastards.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Birds come and say, bastards. Filthy bastards.
Finnan, hopefully you should see that now.
Oh, yeah.
Did it change for you?
Yeah.
I'll leave that with you.
Finn's beak opens wider as he takes on the scene, and his eyes widen with horror at what he's looking at, and the sheer size of what he's looking at as well. He's going to slowly step backwards, where he stepped in, and back out the door to everyone that goes to a lot of blood. And a large statue and an organ. Something out the organ. Don't know what it is.
Don't be good.
I imagine you'd like sort of see like Finnan's feet like covered in blood after stepping in there. I noticed that.
Oh, have you transformed out of your bird form?
No, I'm still a bird. I'd have like red like blood on my claws and stuff, like little patch behind me. I moved when you moved that, my vision moved.
Yeah, I just
I'm going to
realised.
become somewhat desensitized to the presence of blood in this
can only
vast
see
cavern
that-
of blood and
I
red.
can only see the top of that that area, Andy. Like when you moved it, I couldn't see the like where it is
Yeah.
now. That's new to me.
Give me 2 moments, sorry.
That's good. I'm just sharing because it's
super fucky.
yeah, the window sort of goes like what I can see sort of goes up to like the top of like the main bit, if that makes any sense, and then there's the fancy bit.
Sorry lads, roll 20 is done a big fucker. 25 times 57.
Do be doing that sometimes.
Oh,
It is true.
Give me 2 moments. How's that now for you, Finn? That should be better.
Yeah. That is better. Like square alignment's a bit weird, but I'm not too worried
Yeah.
about that personally.
No, that's cool. Let me turn that off. Give me 2 moments.
Oh yeah, that's good. Pretty decent.
Okay.
Good. Grim's also going to fart nervously when he's back outside. The lad's like,
Okay. As Finnan comes back outside, you see blood dripping from his talons, I guess.
yeah. Little grippers.
Can you speak in common when you are in bird form?
When I've been wild shaped previously, I've generally been able to communicate.
Okay, fine.
If not, if I couldn't, I'd telepathically speak to Unger or somebody and just go, hey, just letting you know, it's pretty fucky in there. Like the worst nightmares sort of hellscape.
Unger would turn to Finn and say, is he playing this right now? Because I imagine we're hearing exactly this.
Yeah, you all hearing the organ in the background now as the doorway is opened.
Diegetic music.
Yeah, Finn goes, I don't know. There's somebody at an organ, like at the far end, but if we're quiet, we might be able to sneak in if we go crouched. And then there's some benches behind. Maybe. We'll get covered in blood though.
I get the feeling they're expecting us.
Yes. I say we go dicks out.
Where is the blood coming from, Finnan? Is it just falling from the sky like rain?
It's, maybe. It's kind of just everywhere. Like, if you imagined a famous hall of yours back before you burnt it down in your homeland. Fill that with blood on the floor, like a little pool, and then that's kind of the scene.
Oh, so it's just likely on the floor then, it's not...
It's kind of everywhere.
Okay.
I imagine we could slosh through it, but yes. Your shoes are about to be ruined.
Good thing I don't wear any shoes. And have this broom. Smash gets out his broom.
Do you want me to take a peek? There might have been a chandelier I could have blown up to and had a better look. Or do you just want to like ham and cheese it in?
Ham and cheese.
Who's in there, Finnan? Is it just...
I can only see... did Finnan only see a single figure? Or like the
roll
back
me a
of somebody?
perception. You roll me a perception check, and I can describe it slightly to you.
Yeah, cool. I don't want to like take too many liberties. The perception, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, the party's gone all googly-eyed.
An 18.
Let me, rather than me, just announce this.
What? Immediately just made into spooky skeleton. I love how Shamash's eyes are exactly the same. Cause
That's just how they normally were.
Just sent you a Discord message, Finnan.
Yeah.
Good effort for making your own portrait, though, Adrian. No one else did that.
Thanks, I know, all you lamos.
And
There's
then
also a
sort of
tree in the
like
sun in the back. That's great.
I
side
actually have
steps.
updated it several times, but I don't know how to update it in here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
Fit in sort of like side steps, sidles like birds do, like when they're on like a little stick, like up to Shamash. And sort of peers up at him and goes, I saw a winged figure. It was white and golden, but I only saw them from the back. I don't know who or what it is. They were at the music thing, at the far end of the room.
My word. That's interesting, isn't it?
I don't like
The wings
it.
bigger like a bird. Well, we're not getting any younger, I suppose.
What do we do if this is wingman from Rock Donjon.
From where?
Well,
I think he said cock dungeon.
Oui.
Le Donjon des Coqs.
should we not consult with Taravar? Taravar, are you ready for this? Are you ready to finish Grisatus once and for all?
Taravar, who is that?
Yeah, Taravar. Who do you know anything about this organ, raining blood stuff? Does that remind you of anything?
Taravar looks around at this whole landscape around you.
I do not recognize any of this. He has changed everything. He has molded this place into his own vision.
Very good.
No time like the present then, I guess. If we're not sneaking in.
I think we've got little to lose.
If that's,
Go on,
if that's the
let's say
case,
what-
Finnan wants to lead in, but like take flight. He wants to fly up to one of like the candelabras up in the ceiling. He doesn't want to be standing with the party as they come up.
In then. As you all push open the large doors and venture into this temple, the doors swing inward, and in front of you, you see a great church. Let me move you all over. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes, they do.
Oh my god, there really is blood everywhere. He wasn't lying.
I wasn't joking. As Finnan takes flight.
Rash similarly hops onto his broom and just hovers like slightly above so he doesn't get his feet too bloody.
Am I cheesing it too much to flap up to this candelabra or something?
No, that's fine. No, you gain that kind of bird's eye view of this whole place and look around, and
This map looks great.
Yeah,
you see this
Yeah, it's
place.
amazing.
It is longer than it has any right to be down in this belly of this keep.
Jesus Christ.
The vaulted nave runs away from you into shadow, ribbed columns climbing on either side to meet in pointed arches far overhead. Every surface carved, fluted, worked by hands that obviously cared for it once. Rows of pews line in the central aisle, dark and empty, facing the far end, as though waiting for a congregation that left long ago and never came back. The stone underfoot is polished smooth but covered in a thick layer of transparent blood. Light from the candelabras throws it back at you wet and red. Light comes in from the great windows, tall lancets of stained glass set high in the walls. They should be beautiful. They were built to be beautiful, but the glass has gone the colour of old blood. A browning rust, and what pours through them is no longer daylight, for there is no sky out in this place. The glow is slow and arterial. You're standing in this cathedral lit from within by something bleeding here and there. Red pools run where it should not, gathering in the seams of the flagstones, weeping down the grooves of the carvings, trickling in thin dark lines from the mouths of the saints worked into the pillars. But far down in the nave, the aisle rises into a raised altar platform to where the whole eye of the room is drawn to. Braziers burn low in the rear corners, throwing long shadows up the columns. At the end, the altar glows brightest of all. A halo of warm gold cutting through the red, like an honest light. And it is there, beneath the largest window, that the organ stands, its pipes climbing to the back wall that vanish into the dark vaults like ribs of something enormous. And before the organ, wings spread pale against the crimson gloom, a winged figure sits and plays at the keys. A slow hymn rolls down the length of the nave to meet you. Slow, mournful, but unbearably lovely. It moves through the pews, through the columns, through the soles of your boots. It almost warms you. It sounds almost out of a funeral for someone who's deeply loved. But it's the smell that cuts through this view of beauty. The iron-rich scent in these halls. The figure at the organ does not turn. His wings folded loose down his back, and a bare foot taps in idle time against the pedal. You see his figure slightly move, as if to recognize that he is aware of your presence, but he moves in no concern. The music continues. But the velocity in which he plays dampens, quieter. Enough for a voice to be overheard from it that echoes through the halls. You took longer than I thought you would have done. But you are here now. Places one hand on the low keys, producing lower bass notes that ring out in a drone. As he pivots slightly in the chair to look at you all. And in front of you, you see the figure of an angel. Gold, silver, white, but a pale complexion, gaunt and drained. And a smile upon his face. In a malicious amusement. I imagine you never expected to see me again. And for that split second you recognise that this is the angel that you left in the depths of Mount Hope now.
Hello again.
You left me there.
No hard feelings, eh? We had a busy day. Just want to close the portal.
The notes drone as you hear kind of Nubs almost starting to mutter to himself.
Yeah.
You left me there. In that box, in that prison. And you, of all people, Shamash, your own patron's blood, locked in the dark, left for dead.
Minutes? See how they got a chance. So you will let the dog get 3 minutes.
He closed the door. Yes.
Mash, what are you gesticulating at?
Smash just giving the thumbs up to the guy on the altar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I'll do it again.
Yeah, we did. No, I did my best to to argue your case. I wanted to set you free, but then you betrayed us. You tried to attack my friends when we were trusting you. I wanted to get you out the box. We were going to let you out the box. It was you who turned your back on us with your trickery. You're clearly not the noble soul that your brother is.
My brother. Ah. My dear brother. In a way, I must thank you, because if it were not for you, my dear brother would not have found me.
And from the far reaches, Finnan, I would imagine that both you and Shamash are the first to see it, as in the far reaches of the heights of this cathedral, another body drops from the rafters and down into the central place.
Like, dead body? Or...
No, winged, gold, silver. And you see by his side another of his kind, winged, glorious. They stand next to each other.
I am
And
Bastardo the White. I return to you now at the coming of the time.
And Shamash, you feel a pang through your body as the last time you saw this figure, it was embracing you as returning you from death as you lock eyes with your patron.
Oh, much beauty.
Lafosi Vedamai of Nessus stares at you.
Welcome, Shamash.
And that's where we'll leave this session.
Jesus, we should have killed Shamash ages back.
This is